What's going on? This is your favorite speaker, Britton Harvest. Hashtag breadcrumbs. Hashtag random acts of kindness, RAK. Hashtag rag motivation. The title of this video, Cracking the Code. You all may want to listen to this over and over again. I'm going to talk to you all about sales, because no matter what you are doing in this world, there is selling going on. Somebody is exchanging or buying goods no matter what you're doing in this lifetime. So the reason I titled this video, Cracking the Code, is because I'm about to let you all know what goes on in selling. And the reason I'm letting you all know this is because once you become aware of this, you can become a more proficient closer when it comes to negotiating a sale. A lot of people don't know how to negotiate or close a sale. All they know is they are a consumer and they think, okay, well, as long as you're giving me what I want, everything's good. Everything is fine. Well, I'm about to teach you is what I've implemented in pretty much every business I've been a part of. I've held training classes and seminars. I've taught sales staff, and I've encouraged and taught managers all of these tactics. So this is something that you might want to listen to. All right. First things first, no matter what you do, you're either going to be doing one or two things. You're either buying or selling. And the reason I say that is because you're either buying what I'm selling you, or I'm going to sell you what it is you should want to buy. There's only one or two things. Let's not complicate it. Let's keep this very simple, because when I keep it very simple, you all are going to grasp what it is that I'm saying. So the next time when you're out, you're going to understand and know when somebody is selling you. You're going to pick up on it. I'm going to give it to you in a car term because I've just came from a dealership. But not only am I going to give it to you in car terms, I'm also going to give it to you in real life scenarios. So you'll understand, no matter what it is that you're doing, don't just correlate it to car sales. No matter what it is that you're doing, either one or two things are happening. Either you're buying or you're selling. First things first. As soon as you walk into an establishment, there's a thing called a meet and greet. And that meet and greet is going to determine whether you buy from that establishment that day, whether you come back to that establishment, or whether you say, you know what, I'm moving on to the next. The meet and greet is one of the most important phases when it comes to selling, because you can either gain or lose a deal in those first 5 seconds. Those first 5 seconds can determine whether that person is going to feel comfortable buying from you, or whether that person is going to say, you know what, I need to go home and think about it. When you meet and greet somebody, I'm pretty sure you all have been in several establishments where they say, can I help you? Or what you looking for? All of those are taboo. Never greet a person saying, can I help you? Or what you looking for? That's a no-no. You are in the business when you're selling, you're there to serve them. So when you greet somebody, first things out of your mouth is, how can I serve you? Do you see the difference in how that sounds in comparison to what are you looking for? Or how can I help you? Or how can I assist you? No, you're not there to assist them. Their mind is pretty much made up what it is that they want. Your job is to serve them, because when you are serving them, now your job is to show them why they came into your establishment to buy whatever it is that they're about to buy. Because once you look at it that way, now to a customer, they're like, okay, now their guard is down, because people don't like to be sold. That's why when they go into an establishment, they'll say their immediate response when you say, can I help you? Oh, I'm just looking. That's an automatic defense mechanism that is kicked in because they're not comfortable with you yet. So if they're not comfortable with you yet, you have no right to ask them for a sale. Think about it. Once they're comfortable with you And once they realize what it is that you're offering and the value that it has for them, then you have a right to ask them for the sale. But when you come right off the bat trying to ask them for their sale, their defense mechanism kicks in because they don't know you. You have to do what is called a discovery mode, which is you have to ask questions. There's a needs and wants and analysis where you ask questions to try to figure out why they are there. That leads to the second phase of this. Ask questions. How are you to know how to serve someone if you don't ask them how? If you ask them how you can be of assistance to serve them, now they're going to sit and tell you how to sell them. You see how easy that is? All you have to do is ask questions. But what you all fail to realize is not only do you have to ask questions, let's take it a step further. You have to get answers. Because no matter how many questions you ask, if they don't answer any of your questions, you're not going to know how to sell them. And if you don't know how to sell them, guess what? You don't have a deal. I'm teaching y'all some key points right here. I've been doing this for years. I can do this with my eyes closed. And I thought about it all day today. I said, you know what? Let me give them some pointers on, because you have a lot of business people in this world that go into negotiations when it's time to close a deal and they don't know how to close. They don't know how to seal it. I'm giving you this information for free. All you have to do is take heed to it. Okay? So when I say needs and wants in discovery mode, ask questions. When you ask questions, they're going to tell you how to sell them. Now, next, when you ask questions and they tell you how it is to sell them, if we're going to stick to a car dealership, but like I said, you can take this and use this however which way you want to use it. Now you have to do what is called a walk around. And all a walk around is taking what the customer has told you, because they're telling you what it is that they want, what it is that they're looking for. They're giving you a needs and wants analysis. Now your job is to tie that needs and wants to a vehicle. And when you tie it to a vehicle and do a walk around, all you're doing is building value in the product. But you're building value in the product based on what the customer like and dislike. You are telling them, hey, this is why you chose this particular product. This is why this particular product will work for you. Because now that you've shown them how this product works for them, now all of a sudden they feel as though they have to have it. But if you don't build value in your product, I don't care what it is that you're selling, if you do not build value in it, people are not willing to pay for it. People are all of a sudden going to want it for a discounted price. And the reason they want it at a discounted price is because they don't see the value in paying what it is that you're asking for it. So you have to do a walk around. You have to build value in it. Once you build value in something, people all of a sudden can understand and are willing to part ways with their money. Y'all see how easy this is? I'm keeping it very simple because this is how you close deals. This is how you make money. This is how you separate yourself from everybody else. Okay? Once you build value, next, you also have to put them in the product. If it's jewelry, you want them to wear the jewelry. If it's clothes, you want them to try the clothes on. If it's a car like we're talking about, you want them to drive the car. How can they envision seeing themselves in something if you're not putting the product on them? You want them to try it on. You're encouraging them to put those earrings in their ear, put that watch around their arm, put that necklace around their neck. You want them to be in the car because now they can envision themselves purchasing it. But if you don't do that, all of a sudden, you're pushing yourself further and further away from a sale. Because once a customer gets into a car, and they can envision themselves driving that car to work, that car being parked in their garage or their driveway or being parked in the parking deck at their job, and they can hear the compliments from their coworkers or from their family members telling them how nice they look in that car. Do you know what that does to the psyche? Everybody loves compliments. Everybody wants to be acknowledged. All you're doing is selling, but you're taking what they have told you by asking questions and you're using it to their advantage and showing them this is why you came here. It's simple. Don't complicate it. Okay? Next, after you've driven them in the car, after you've put that watch on their arm or that necklace around their neck, now you have to realize and ask them, is there anything stopping them from purchasing today? Can you see yourself wearing this watch to X, Y, Z? Because you've already asked them questions. You know what it is that they like and what they like to do and where they like to go. Now your job is to close the deal and say, hey, can't you see yourself wearing this watch to that Atlanta Falcons game? Can you see yourself wearing this necklace to that Atlanta Hawks game? Can you see yourself driving your car to church? It's easy, ladies and gentlemen. You're planting a seed. And once you plant that seed, they are going to in turn water it. You don't have to do that. They're going to do it for you. I'm cracking the code, ladies and gentlemen. I've been teaching this for years. Once you learn how to crack the code, now you will know how to close more deals. Okay? So, once you came back from the test drive or once you had them put the product on and you've told them how well the product looks on them, then you've asked them, is there anything stopping you from purchasing today? Guess what you're doing? You're getting rid of their excuses for them. Because if there's an excuse for them not to buy at that particular moment, that is the time where you need to figure out how to handle it. You don't need to wait until it's time to go or to the latter part of the process to try to figure out, is there anything stopping them? Go ahead and ask them now. Go ahead and ask them while the fire is hot, while the steak is sizzling. That's when you want to ask them when they're on a natural high. Because usually if you have done your job prior to this point, they're going to say there's nothing stopping them. And you're that much closer to closing your deal. It's simple. It's simple. I'm going to crack the code for you. That's why I'm making this video, because I want you all to share, like, and cut your notifications on, because I'm going to give this to you all day, every day. Okay? So as long as we're on the same page, next step. Now that you've gotten them to wear the jewelry, now you've gotten them to drive the car, now you've asked them, is there anything stopping you from making a purchase right now? Now it's time to close the deal. Now it's time to close the deal. You present the numbers. You let them know how much it is again. Once you let them know how much it is again and you present the numbers, all you have to do is shut up. You don't have to say anything else after that. Because once you present the numbers, once you let them know this is how much this product costs, everything you've done prior and up to that point has already built value in it. So now they can see themselves paying for whatever it is you're asking them to buy. Now you can say they've already made up in their mind, I have to have it, because you've built value in it. So they're not going to leave your establishment without it. But if you don't build value and you don't do those things that I just went over, guess what's going to happen? You're going to come into somebody or come across somebody that's going to tell you, I need to go home and think about it. Or I got to consult with my significant other. It happens all the time. And the reason why is because you haven't done those things that I just told you. We're cracking the code today, ladies and gentlemen. We're cracking the code. Once you present the numbers and you ask them, hey, is there anything stopping you from purchasing right now? And y'all presented the numbers and they've already told you and they see how much it costs. Next thing to do, close the deal. But you don't say anything. If there's an objection, if there's a reason why they can't buy, they're going to tell you. But if you speak before they do, you just lost. You just lost the deal. Because if there's anything stopping them from buying right then and there, they're going to tell you. If they have an issue with the price, if they have an issue with the product, they're going to let you know right then and there. But if there's no issue, don't create one. Don't look for a reason for them not to buy right now. If they don't tell you that there's an objection, now it's time for you to keep going. Close the deal. But you have to make sure you ask them that simple question. Once you ask them that question and you shut up and they don't give you a reason why they shouldn't buy, the deal is done. Your job is done. But you all try to complicate things and talk too much and talk past the sale. Now all of a sudden you gave this person all of these different ideas. Now you've just confused them. Now they're really going to go home and think about it. Keep it simple. And if you keep it simple, you're going to close majority of your deals. There are going to be extenuating circumstances as to why you can't close a deal, but that's very few. That 2-3% is not going to hinder or stop you, because if for some odd reason they can't close today, that 3%, I'll take that all day long. I'll take that 3% that I can't close all day long. What I'm teaching you all is going to make you so much money to where you're not even going to know what to do with it. You can use this in whatever it is that you're doing in your life, whether it's in car sales, whether it's in selling jewelry, property, you name it. If you follow these steps and you crack the code, you've just given yourself a promotion. Now, I'm going to follow up with a few more steps because I want you all to really, really take this in. After you've closed the deal, you always want to follow up with the person you've just sold. Where people drop the ball is where they don't follow up. And by not following up, I mean you need to call them and text them or email them ASAP. Thank them for their business. Thank them for giving you the opportunity to serve them. Because you want to let them know that I'm not just serving you just for today, just to get a sale. I'm serving you so whenever you are in the market again, whenever your spouse is in the market, whenever your relative, friends, co-worker, you name it, I'm your person you need to talk to. And you want to be on the forefront of their mind all the time. That's why you email them every now and then. Do not call them all day, every day and blow them up. Because once you do that, you become irritant. And once you become an irritant, it's a wrap. You just lost the sale. People want to communicate with you on their time. So if you text them or if you email them, then they can respond when they get ready. But if you call them and it's at an inopportune time and you call them right before they finna get ready for a business meeting or in the middle of a business meeting, you just piss them off. But if you text them or if you email them, guess what? Now they've gotten it. They're going to respond to you when they get ready to respond to you, because now they're in control. You can take these tools. I'm going to give you another example. Chick-fil-A. People always ask, why is Chick-fil-A hospitality so great? What kind of training program does Chick-fil-A put their staff through? I just told you. That's the reason why Chick-fil-A line is wrapped around the corner and all your other fast food lines, you can go in and out. Chick-fil-A line be wrapped around the corner, but they are still efficient. They're still efficient because of what I just taught you. I've just cracked the code for you. These are the things that I've implemented at my businesses when I've worked at certain places. Once you know how to serve people and understand the importance of serving, now you got it. Now you got it. You all meet people and know their name. Once a person tells you their name, you should never forget it. Once you introduce yourself and a person tells you, hi, my name is John. Hi, my name is Robert. Hi, my name is Susan. You should never forget their name from that point forward. Because a person's name is the sweetest word in the English language. People love to hear their name. But not only do they love to hear their name, that shows them that you're paying attention. And all of a sudden, you're not just an anonymous person. Now all of a sudden, you're creating a bond between them and you because of the simple fact that you remember their name. It's something as simple as that you all are not doing. And that's the reason why you're costing yourself sales. And if you're costing yourself sales, you're also costing yourself money. I have taught this for a very long time. And if you are ever in need of somebody to come in and teach your staff or your managers about leadership, because that's a whole nother video. You got a lot of managers that have the title of managers, but they are not leaders. That's what I do. So if you need my assistance, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I am a phone call, an email away. My social media, Facebook, Britton Harvest, Instagram, B Harvest, LinkedIn, Britton Harvest. You can reach out to me in the comments on this video. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. It's cracking the code. It's teaching you about selling and buying, and you're either one of the two. There is no in between. And once you realize you're either one of the two, the game is over. Your spouse, when she gives you a honey to-do list, she's either buying or selling. And in the case of a honey to-do list, you're buying what she's selling. If she wants to go out to eat, and all of a sudden you ask her where she wants to go, she says it doesn't matter. I don't care. You all have witnessed this over and over again. Then when you come up with a suggestion, all of a sudden she tells you, I don't want to eat there. And you say to yourself, well, I just asked you where you wanted to go. You're buying what she's selling. It goes on all the time, no matter what situation that you're in. And if you take what I've just taught you, now you're able to crack the code and you understand what's going on. With all of that being said, I am your favorite speaker, Britton Harvest. Hashtag breadcrumbs. Hashtag random acts of kindness, RAK. Hashtag rack motivation. To my son, Bo, I love you. And to you all, I love you as well. I'm out.